Good morning, everybody. How are you? I'm doing good. So, I keep reading some posts, and I got another one this morning from people that are waking up. They have a lot of knowledge, they have some gifts, they have incredible knowledge, etc. But almost everyone at some level that's being public about what they're doing is saying that you have to do certain things like get clean, no drugs. The worst one is that specifically the foods that you eat may or may not be permitting you to awaken. And that one drives me nuts. I'm exactly the opposite of all those things. I had some trauma around vegetables and other things on my path as a child, and I did not go the path of light food, be vegan. If anything, that makes me want to vomit, and it's really not comfortable in my body. And to have people say that that's the only way and that you got to do it and to go against your body. I spent a whole pile of my life where my mother made me go on diets with her because I was overweight, not lined up, etc. And to have anybody take my power away and say what my body's calling for or what I love is bad is actually reversing the process. So if you're allowing someone to judge you and say that that the fact that you don't eat vegan or you harm animals or whatever their thing is, you're actually giving your power away. And I'm going to tell you right here and right now, food is just energy. And if that energy is feeding you in a good way and has no programming, because I love it and it feels good and it tastes good in my mouth and in my body, then eat it. And it makes me feel better. It can calm you down. It can help you. Yes, it may be a crutch, but you may need that crutch in that moment. When energy is strong, do you think you can just sit there and pretend it's not happening? No, your body knows what thing will go into your body that'll help mellow it out. It may be sugar, it may be pop. My favorite thing in the world, the only vice I have is a can of Pepsi. And that, something with the carbon dioxide and the sugar, when energies are really strong, it's a self-medication. It actually calms my body down and allows me to deal with the energy at a rate and a pace that's good for me. So what I'm saying is what you believe about foods is the very thing that's going to happen. So if you listen to someone and they say eating not plant-based, and I see people talk about it all the time, plants are alive too. So if we're talking about killing an animal, killing a plant, there's awareness, there's whatever. You can go hug a tree, you can feel their energy. A food chain, etc., was designed. We need meats and proteins and B vitamins and stuff that come from that. So to be able to say, go have a life that's this because I believe it and it's what Buddha did or whatever is all bull crap. It's what you think about it. It's what you believe. And I'm telling you right here and right now, I do not follow those same rules. I do not put poison in my body purposely. I wouldn't drink some Drano or bleach or something that I consciously know is poisonous. But our food is so filled with poisons already, whether we know it or not. There's stuff in GMO, there's stuff, the pesticides, all this stuff is already in it. So if that was the key to awakening, we all would have failed a long time ago. It dampens you down. You can make some choices that are less, have purified water, have other things. But if you believe that the very food that you're enjoying and loving is going to hurt you, is going to slow you down or whatever, that's the worst thing that could ever happen. Like all the foods that I loved in a diet weren't allowed. You got to have a salad and it's got to be this and you got to put salad dressing and stuff. And I hated my life because of it. Do you think God and the awakening process is further hurt yourself, further bind yourself to doing stuff that you don't like? The key in being aware of all this kind of stuff is, does it feel good in your body? Does it restrict you from what you love? That's what the awakening process is in honoring yourself, honoring what your body has, your body chemistry, your body, your point of awakening is changing all the time. So to be able to say that, oh, the only way there is to eat green, or other stuff like repress your sexuality, and the men's movement, it's like suppress your orgasm, don't ejaculate, all this kind of stuff. Women do their own stuff, and etc. But to stop my body from flowing and feeling pleasure and all this kind of stuff, do you think that's from the dark or the light? So I'm going to tell you right now, so much stuff, even people that are awakened are preaching bullshit that is not true. It came and they bound this belief that because they suffered and ate stuff they thought was lighter or whatever, and then they grew. No, in the process they were growing anyways. That light stuff was or was not a factor. It's all dependent on here. If you believe the people that said one thing that it was bad, then yeah, you probably suppress some stuff, and then psychosomatically or placebo effect, it was good. And I'm not saying gorge yourself, and your body's going to tell you if you like it or not. And if it's too much, yeah, shit, you drink 5 cans of Pepsi in a day and you're just feeling like wired from the caffeine and the sugar, and your body's purging and all this kind of stuff. No, but at the time and at the place, if that thing feels good and it's what your body's calling for and you're honoring it, that's the gift right there. Is I love this thing. As you grow and as you become aware, I can tell you right now, you can program and set an intention. And I set this, you can do it right here if you want. I set the intention that anything that enters my mouth is purified and blessed and converted to exactly the energy my body needs. So by setting that intention and making it automatic, everything that comes into my body is what I need. And if it's not what I need, it will be changed to exactly what I need. That's how simple the energy of this is. Everything will take on the beliefs that we have. So I'm asking you to honor what your body's feeling, honor what feels good to you, honor what is happening, and your body's going to respond and say, oh wow, you gave me that thing I love. Yeah, it was ice cream right now, but I'm in the middle of a whole bunch of density right now. Things are hard, I'm exhausted, so I'm going to have a soft drink or something that's going to give me some sugar and get my energy up, at least so that I can move forward. But if you think it's going to hurt you, why would you put it in your body? But if your body's calling it and then you're fighting it, we're losing. That's the whole game of this darkness and this control shit, is to mix up your beliefs about things to eventually make everything bad for you. Oh, that all the food is a GMO now and it's all bad and it's going to hurt you and all this kind of stuff. Fuck it. No, all food is food. It's energy. Make that energy healthy for you, no matter what it is, because you can spend hours and thousands of dollars to try and eat healthy, eat green, eat good, whatever, and somebody's making a shitload of money of it because there's stuff. A good example, and you can go research this, but eggs were said to be high in bad cholesterol. But if you go back far enough in time, they were exactly the opposite. Somewhere somebody did a marketing campaign to flip it and say that they're bad. And go research it. Don't come fucking to me and tell me that that's wrong or whatever. Go research it. It's truth. It's a documented fact that after a certain point, somebody had a gain by making eggs bad, and it's flipping to something else. This is out there. There's even the good cholesterol, bad cholesterol is exactly inverted. You can go research this fact as well, just to get people on Lipitors and all these medicines that are supposedly going to help them, but somebody's making hundreds of thousands of dollars. I was going to the doctor all through my middle age. It's like, hey, I got to get you on Lipitor. I got to get you on this cholesterol stuff because your high cholesterol is bad. And I know people that ate bacon for every day of their life, and they're in their mid-90s, and they're not dead. Their blood vessels aren't all polluted with all this stuff. So I'm saying, trust your body. Trust what feels good. If your body's saying, I want that, and you're fighting it and saying you can't have it or whatever, you're literally keeping yourself in jail by your own thoughts because of something from some other person, hello, Kathy, said, and now you're adapting yourself to them. No, we're learning to be sovereign. We're learning to be ourselves. We're learning to follow our guidance. Go inside. Does this feel good to me? Do I like plant-based? Does it make my body feel good afterwards? Do I like having to eat many meals a day because that stuff breaks down very quickly and it doesn't feed my body? Do you work outside and work with your muscles and all that kind of stuff? Plant-based isn't as good because proteins needed, B vitamins, all these things. Even a person that's fully vegan and vegetarian, they're having to eat beans and all these other things to supplement the fact that the meat proteins and those essential parts aren't in it. You'll actually get sick and die if you go full on without doing modification. So I just ask you to make a choice. I'm not saying any way is good, but I'm going to tell you right now, the awakening path has 10, well, what do we got? 8 billion people is different for everybody. And it's based on your belief. It's based on your understanding. It's based on the programming, what's going to work for you. And I will guarantee to you right here and right now, no matter what you eat or how you eat it, unless you think it's bad for you, isn't going to affect your enlightenment. It isn't going to affect that you can or can't enlighten. Put all that shit away and go and start and look inside and start listening to yourself. Listen to your body. It's going to tell you what's good for your body. It's going to tell you what's good for you. Stop listening to other people and their way is the highway and it's good. Because I did that for the last 10 years of my life. Oh, I got to try that and I got to do this. And this is what the Lemurians did. This is what the Atlanteans did. All this kind of shit. Those are all different times and places. None of that past shit matters. This is a completely different time and space. The reality of what's real and what's whatever is different from all those times. I hear people talking for hours about understanding how the falls of all these things happen. No, you need to go and understand yourself and feel why and what's blocking you and what doesn't feel good, and then start to discern and start to push the dirt away. We're a seed that's starting to open. Let all the bullshit about what you got to eat and what's good to eat and where you got to invest and what money is, and this is all just distraction, and just get your fucking head above water, excuse my French, and breathe and figure out what feels good and what is going to carry you through. And then the more you listen, the more you're quiet, the more, and I'm not even saying meditating, I'm just saying be quiet, sit in your room, close the doors and turn off the TV and stuff and just breathe, sit in this body. This body is immensely powerful. It knows shit you'll never know. And we've been taught to not listen to a word of it. And it's just begging. It wants to show you the way. Your path is already laid out. You decided it before you came here. And the more you can calm down, the more you can hear it, the more you can feel it, the better it's going to be. So do not get distracted by all this bullshit and these people that know the way. I don't know why they insist on saying it. I try my best to get us back to self. I will say things that from my experience are important, but I always give people the choice. It's like, okay, if you're not going to deal with your triggers, you're going to get dragged screaming and yelling across the floor, going through them, and you're going to learn what's going to be needed in the end. But I've figured some of this stuff out. I've seen what triggers do and how they cause us to shrink and freeze and stop and whatever. So when I talk about a trigger, I say, I really, really suggest that you go and get some trigger training, deal with your triggers, go to your edges, follow all this stuff. My way is not perfect for everyone. My way is just a seed of, oh, this could work for you. What about this? Try this, test it. Not, you cannot awaken without it. No, I'm going to tell you right now, you will awaken no matter what happens. It's just how much kicking and screaming you have to do. And you do have the choice to not awaken completely. And the more and more bullshit that they feed you and tell you all this kind of stuff and vegetarian and eating stuff you hate and stuff is going to put you in a catch-22 and make it next to impossible to awaken. You'll just crash and get sick and all this kind of stuff until you finally listen to your body, and it'll happen. It's happening for everyone. And that's all I'm saying. Do not listen to this diatribe. Do not get that checklist of things. I see people, go to yoga and do this and do that. Too much of anything is a freaking addiction. Sitting and high vibing and just sitting on your mat isn't going to do nothing for you unless you deal with that emotion that's showing there. I've been doing yoga for years. Breathing and being in the middle of a pose and something coming out of your hip or your body and you're instantly in tears, and honoring your body, and then going down and relaxing or going into child's pose and breathing and almost suppressing the sobs there on your mat. That's awakening. Not, oh, I gotta look nice and I can't make noise and I got to do all this kind of stuff, because that's what a lot of people will teach you is what yoga is. Be zen and just bypass it. No fucking way. You got to feel that shit. And that shit is what you're awakening. All that messy stuff, all the fighting the system, all the, going against the grain, being the black sheep, that is you awakening. Choosing to discern this serves me or not is awakening. So you're going to be presented with tons and tons and tons of information in the coming weeks and years that you're going to have to discern, and you're going to find out a lot of what we were taught and told and believe to be true is wrong. It was used for control and other things. So you're going to have to start to trust. Does this feel good in my gut? How's it feel in my heart? What's going on right now? If you don't start to learn to trust that stuff, it's going to teach you in another way. I'm just saying, here's a clue. Go look at it. How's it feel in your heart? If you're eating vegan and all those other kinds of things, and it serves you and it makes your body feel good and light and all that kind of stuff, great. But if you're not, and you think that's a quick fix and it's going to solve all your problems and all that kind of stuff, it's probably not, because you're going to hit it and it's going to be such a change to your body. And if you're not eating the stuff that you like or your body's calling for, you're just going to keep getting smashed by your body, by sickness, by whatever, until you finally listen. The knowledge isn't out there. People are only reflections of ourselves, and they've got different perspectives. My perspective is different from others, but I will call you forth to start to assess your perspective. Bring into conscious awareness. Is this serving me? Does it feel good in my body? What's going on? Is this worth making a massive change in my life for? And after I make the massive change, is it actually hurting me? And now I feel weak and uncomfortable and whatever, but I made a moral win because I made a switch. No, if your body's unhappy, it's going to tell you. And no shift is going to feel good unless it is good. Well, you can take a drug or some kind of medicine or whatever, and maybe the pain will go away. But ultimately, the pain is a side effect or is a symptom of something going on in your body that you're not happy with. So what does Jana say? Our body is very intelligent. If we leave the food in our energy field for a while before eating, its energy will harmonize with it. Yeah, I agree. And what I said earlier, Jana, is I actually program that with the intention that everything that goes into my mouth is the exact vibration it needs. It's transmuted, any impurities are taken out, etc. And I just make this declaration. I declare that everything going into my mouth from this point forward is for my highest good. It will feed my body and serve me in the way that I need. No more worrying about what's in my food and what's in the water and all this kind of stuff. And I make intelligent choices. I'm not going to put something that's rotting in my body or whatever, but if it's clean and it tastes good and it feels good and my body's asking for it, hallelujah. Yeah, she says, people often cause stress to their body with various cleanses and diets. Our DNA isn't the same. Not everyone can be breatharian or vegan. Absolutely. Those things work for certain energy field types, archetypes, etc. There's, I don't know, we can go in for hours and talk about things, but I know people that are like pixie or that kind of energy, and they're really light and vibratory, and yeah, their body really likes the light and fluffy stuff. But if you're a heavy, kind of more like a warrior or other things, you got to have the protein and all these other things, because that's, look at the density. See, the shoulders are heavy and a barrel chest and stuff like that. Lightness isn't going to carry that body's density of character. And I'm not talking density as poor vibration. I'm talking that's a person that can friggin' lift the log above its head or smash a car or do whatever. That each body's different. So really, really, really just start listening. You're going to hear a lot of bullshit. You're going to hear people, all these guru type people that think they got it all figured out and they're informing everybody or whatever, that this is what you got to do or whatever. They're bullshit, and they'll charge you $1,500 for it or put you on some workshop and tell you all these things. In a lot of ways, I'm gonna say some things that may not agree with people, but what I've learned in my experience is those who can't teach, they're not even satisfied for themselves. So they'll put together a course, join up all this stuff that they believe in, and then they'll try and prove that it's going to work by getting a bunch of people to do it. And I've seen that over and over and over again. People that are in a wound will go and be a sexual healer and try and deal with their wound. And then they'll create more trauma because they're being around other people that have that same trauma. So just because a person puts a hat on and says they got a certification or whatever, it means nothing. I've yet to meet and see a certification that tests the character of people, verifies if they have trauma or not. Some of these biggest somatic healing for sacred sexuality, Charles Muir's organization, for example, they go and teach you to touch the body and be sexual with people and all this kind of shit. And there's dozens and dozens of claims and lawsuits and all this kind of stuff against the people that were healers in there, even himself, Charles Muir. There's no guarantee of integrity. What I have found over and over and over again, leaders of tantric communities, etc., are the most wounded people of the whole community. They want to lead the community so they have control of everything, and then they teach from their wound. And it will create a contraction, and it will create all this messiness. So honestly, until we reset and until we're getting to a place where people have dealt with their shit, a lot of those people that are calling themselves leaders are actually re-traumatizing people. But it's giving people experiences where they can go and start to heal themselves by seeing a reflection from the leader. So the new communities that are coming are going to be very different. They're going to be based on integrity, what the body feels. They're going to go on word of mouth and people's experience. And we're not going to have a leader. We're going to have people that can make decisions, can solve problems, can deal with disparity, etc., in the community because of their wisdom, their age, their experience, how they've been through it. Now they know how things work. We are moving to something completely different. Everybody's absolutely different. That's what the whole experience of being human is we are facets of God, and every possible opportunity is a different path to get to expansion of possibility. If anything was bad, do you think evil would have even existed? No, everybody got to explore their control issues, their darkness, their fear, their traumas, etc. And that's how the density of darkness got even deeper. Oh, we got to explore right to the depth where people are killing people and hurting children and milking them for adrenaline and all this kind of stuff. That is a world we're enlightening through. So there's no bad way. There's going to be people that enlighten doing things exactly the opposite of everybody else. So to look and put people on a pedestal and say, okay, they know better, or this is the way, or I got to choose this. I tried that. Tried it. That vegan shit, that dieting shit, that whatever. Go take plant medicine. Plant medicine has its place, but I know people that are taking plant medicine every single day of the week just to cope, and they way over rotated. They're the craziest people. But one or two over the course of a lifetime or your awakening period, those things can slap you on the side of the head and give you the awakening that you need. But to get dependent on them, same with alcohol, same with CBT and marijuana. I see people that cannot deal with their life, so they're taking CBT gummies and THC and all this kind of stuff, and they're bypassing the experience that's shaking them at the wall. Like, if you can't get to sleep, somebody inside needs to be heard. So if you take some medicine or whatever to calm down and quiet your whole nervous system, you're ignoring the fact your nervous system is screaming at you. And do you think that's going to catch up with you eventually? THC and all those things just bypass the feeling in the moment. It shuts the body down so you can feel calm, but you got to learn eventually to look at what's screaming. And you don't have to, but the universe will eventually get you shaken to that point that you're going to find that. So there's no true path for anyone. Tools, little step ladders, little things that'll help us are massive. They come along the way. Just don't get stuck using them too much. Don't get trusting them too much. Thank you for your comments there, Kathy. Hell no bypassing for me anymore. Personal choice always. Absolutely. And I'm not saying any of those things are bad. I'm just saying, are they bypassing? Are they making you not make a choice? Are they going with the crowd? Are they making it easy to not worry about things or bypass it? Once you go and look at all this stuff, you're going to have a big surprise, because a lot of what's being taught to us is go to medicine, go to pills, go to fix, go to camps, go to retreats, go to all this kind of shit, and you just fill your head with shit that's going on and it bombards you. It becomes busyness. You're just running around. Get inside, get calm, be in a silent place, learn to talk to yourself, learn to listen to the voices, learn the monkey mind, and learn the tools to listen. And once you listen and you go inside, the map is waiting for you. People like me are just kind of here and say, hey, there's a different way. What if you tried this? What if you tried that? How's this feel in your body? Teach you the tools so that you're choosing and not following. We need a whole bunch of leaders. We need a bunch of people that are leading the pack in themselves. And I'm not saying, oh, you got to teach a whole bunch of people or be the guru to them. No, you lead yourself. This feels good. My food is good. I love this. I'm going to share it with other people, and other people are going to feel it. And that's going to have the energy of your conviction and your belief and all this kind of stuff. The minute you let somebody else program that food for you, we're not listening. You gave your power away by accident. It's okay. But now you know. Can you do something about it? Perfect. So stop listening to the bull crap. There's nobody that knows the best for you. There's people that are going to give you the choice to find out and to ask inside. And once you know, it's going to feel good in your heart. And then once you know what feels good in your heart, and that you can always choose from what's good in your heart, you don't have to listen to anyone. You don't have to be on YouTube or Facebook or listen or go to a workshop or whatever. You're going to be like, oh, okay, no, this feels really good. I'm doing it. Fuck you if you don't agree. That's what you just tell people around you, because there's going to be naysayers. Because now it's like, oh, you want to know how many people that are vegan or other things, and you really dig down, you find out they personally hate it, but they're just like, okay, I love it because I look good, or my body's small, or whatever. But if you're hating it inside, that's going to swelter, and then you're going to get disease in your body, and other things are going to happen. So go with what feels good. Shit, I grew up in the prairies, so meat, potatoes, that kind of stuff was always available. So to eat fish and light stuff and all that kind of stuff wasn't an option. So if that's part of your history, your lineage, or whatever, go with it. So, sorry, hopefully I didn't come off too strong, but I'm passionate about this because so many people are giving up their choice to a bunch of shit they're reading on Facebook and people talking. Feel good about yourself by choosing you. Go inside. You're going to find magic. Love you all. You have a great day. Thank you for all the beautiful comments, Kathy and Jana. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. You have a good day. We'll talk to you soon, and keep smiling, keep eating, and doing what you love. See you soon.